And might as well just, like, go ahead. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but just in case, I want to have a split. Exit the clear data save screen. Yes. Ending B. Call her back. Load your clear data after completing the game to experience Kaine's story. You can now read a departed mother's diary in your house. Wardrobe has been added. Change music has been added. All kinds of fun stuff. We still don't have anything on the start screen. The fact that it's just black always kind of got me. Diary is DLC. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go do it. I am interested in the DLC for sure.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
I like this scene, so I'm glad we start from here. Because I think it's cute. No, I wanted to watch the whole thing again! Damn it, Kaine's dreams discrimination. Oh no. More reading. Okay, wind up. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face of an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on, come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vane slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vane could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet, or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt... Oh look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. Ooh, I whistled a little bit. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. Ew, brush your teeth, bro. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was rapt on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke, in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining! No one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Okay, I like her. This is Kaine's grandmother, isn't it? I like her a lot. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here, either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat boy go! Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said. Why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Also, yeah, Grandma Destruction. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Thank you, motorcycle! My god. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Door open, so to close door. Back to reading. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't— Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Is that the wreath of flowers that she has in her little, house? In the Eyrie? Because I'm sad, if so. Yep, it is. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work. That sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. Long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Oh god, we're still going. Okay. Hope y'all like reading. Ugh. I think I gotta stretch in between each bout of this. More reading time. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sound of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. "Grandma," called Kaine. "That you, Kaine?" yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. "Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake." He brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something." The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over, so I can go get the water? Jade's been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the Eyrie. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it, crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. "This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes." Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. "Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you..." Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. "Grandma!" The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. "Get the bucket. Can't let it spill." Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening?" Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. "Stop that! Just stop!" she cried, breathing heavily. "Ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all." Or it was she. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. "Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village." The old woman shook her head and tried to rise. Kaine gently pushed her down. "It's all right," she said. "I'll be fine." Grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit, but I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund, older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. "Hey lady," said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. "Where's the apothecary?" The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say. Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. "Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one." "Which way?" Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. "Hi, Jason, you've arrived in time for another reading session. I've been at this for so long." It was Demo, and he'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. "Oh my god," he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak?" The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. "Ha!" barked Demo. "That old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo." The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. "You like that picture?" Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad. They seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. "That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now." Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. "Pictures are wonderful things," continued the shopkeeper. "They let the ones closest to you live on forever." He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. "You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw." Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. "Yes, I've heard the rumors about you," he said. "It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Callie, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable." "Grandma's name is Callie?" thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. "Your grandmother is an old friend of mine," he said as Kaine scooted away yet again, "and I owe her much." I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here and let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. "Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. "A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone." "But Grandma, it'll make you live forever." "Horseshit," said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. "Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. "It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all." "Sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something." The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. "Let me be the judge of that," she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It could also have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said between laughter. "You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. "Wait, I think I remember seeing the picture. Wasn't there a picture in the back of Kaine's little, thing, too? Like a drawing? Ah, I'm gonna have to look at it again." In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more, and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before, and it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on, people and memories move in and out of a life like ghosts passing through a hall, but this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Oh, it's time for Granny to die. Here we go. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, said Kaine, and I think it's burnt or something, 'cause it smells terrible. With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." Flagstones? What in the hell for? Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let 'em come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway." "I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other—" "Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. "Yes," she said after a bit. "Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems my mind is—" She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to the nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. "You're going to be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "That means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become." Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman, "and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day." "Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from?" "Gee, I wonder." "I'll teach you to sass me, girl," yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. "Grandma!" yelled Kaine in a quaking voice. "Grandma, stop it! What the hell?" The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just—" Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. "Listen," she began, "maybe I should stay home after all." "No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you." Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself. But in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. Gods, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. No, oh gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Grandma! Kaine ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, as she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large, armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "All right, you bastard," she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me. Let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest, then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaine. "Alive!" Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up now. As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped toward the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that streamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on, just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. Shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard, laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, and there could be no doubt the Shade was taking joy in their suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The Shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. "I'm gonna kill this bastard." Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back!" she screamed. "Give her back to me!" It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The Shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. "Kaine?" Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no, no! I said run, goddammit! You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible, putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept toward its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation, repeated over and over again. Kill it. Kill it, kill it. Oh boy, yeah, there we go. As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Ooh. Right, I forgot we were in the middle of this cutscene. Welcome back, sorry about your grandma.
The beast approaches. Oh, I know.
Thought this was a I thought this was a narration channel. Are we playing video games? God. I kind of like lost track of where we were. Like I forgot we were in this part. Where's my auto target? Come on.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today!
Yeah, like this dude was already a joke.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down!
This dude's like already like a pushover, and now he's like an extra pushover. Come on. Bonk. I like lightly tap him and he explodes. Yeah, come on, get down, bonk. One shot. Boop. Get his ass. Get him. guess they never tried to repair this library, honestly. Like, they had 5 years. I feel like it'd be kind of important to have repaired it, but This is the part I wanted to see again. I think this is cute. Please don't skip this part. I like this part. No, no, don't put me back into reading again. No. God damn it. Molly? No. Don't cry. Crying enough from reading. Okay, let's go. Got fuzzy on my glasses. Gently, weakly, softly, the shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Aimed beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Wait! Is she missing an eye? Has she been missing an eye this whole time and I never noticed? Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Alright. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. You know, take it in stride. Ah, cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it comin'. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No! Don't hurt that picture! Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture into the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. I look like that? Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me! Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak, I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Ha ha ha, oh god, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, and then began moving up toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? Your body! Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before. Oh boy. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern, the pattern of the shades, burn itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. It's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up. Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the Eyrie would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Ha, stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me, we got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you, that big old shade that squashed your granny, we'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Well, I mean, sure, why not? Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go, oh Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyrion? Tyran? I'm gonna say Tyran. My name's Tyran, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyran. Count on it. Ha! Laughed Tyran. I'm shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I am not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her head, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry, but I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak, and this time I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world. Congratulations on your fray. Congratulations on your fray, Kaine.
Stay alive! Grandma. Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us! Oh, hey.
Thank you, motorcycle. This part. This is cute.
Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you? You still recognize me? Of course. I knew you right away. Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
I'm trying to figure out who I'm playing as based by where the camera's positioned, and Kaine's in the center of the screen, so...
By the way, this is for you.
It may mean nothing. It probably means nothing. I'm probably still playing as...
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Alright, they got kicked out of the village. Forgot about that.
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and... I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me.
Okay, so Devil and Pope, they didn't change outfits, they just took the white part off. So you can see the red part underneath the white and like how it goes all the way up. So, okay.
As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
You're still playing as NieR. Okay, fine.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Molly, no. Get out of here.
I didn't get much sleep that night.
Yeah, that feels like an intentional fake out.
For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades.
Mm-hmm. Sure they did.
Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
I want to see them camping. Show me them camping.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil.
This is new.
But what good would that even do?
I think this is new.
I got a fire going.
Wait, is that...
Oh, show me them camping!
These are weird, aren't
I want to see them camping. Show me.
they? I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
My heart.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
Look at how he's sitting, my sweet little baby. He's so cute.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is... different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, Can we just forget I told you about that?
I'm so glad we got to see that! That's so freaking cute! Adorable. Ah, they're so cute.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
Thank you, motorcycle.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
Sure, gold moonflower seed, why not?
What might that be?
Oh, is this the book?
It's Mom's diary.
I've not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here. Take a look.
I don't want to go in yet. I don't want to go in yet. Hold on. No. Okay, I guess we're going in. I thought I'd have an option.
Say there. Can you not hear me?
I guess we're going in. This is the DLC. Oh, hey, we dad now. Dad
Why
time.
are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Hot damn.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now. There's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Hot damn. Dad time. It's saved, so like I'm fine. I'll just go. Oh. Well, no. Hold on, let me go save. Yes, let me get out, please. Exit dad mode. We're gonna... Ah. We are gonna do that, just not right now. Speaking of DLC,
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
yeah, I will do that, but like, one out here. So I don't know how long this actually takes, but I feel like it's not worth planting anything to try and get the lunar tier stuff because, like, yeah. Yeah. Okay. How am I for healing items? Basically 3 parts. Okay. I'm just gonna refresh my healing stuff and I'll go back in. I just wanted to save, like, outside. I don't trust the autosave.
I worked it out. The 2 boys are going to stay with Popola.
I know it stays intact. I figured it probably would stay intact between playthroughs, but I also, like... am gonna be, like, done. Probably before something can finish growing.
Shop here more often, yeah? I'm damn near broke.
Maybe. Spent enough time hanging out doing side quests. Oh wait, where's the I didn't update my words at all, and I got a bunch during. Yeah. I haven't updated my words in like 30 years. Why are you putting XP? I don't want experience, I want murder. Oi. Give me damage. They're not like a damage one? Fine, I guess not. Lame. I don't need to, I just wanted to put better. I knew I had better words now, so I wanted to slow. Wait! That's not what I went in there for! I went in for... Yeah, I think I'm just blind. I'm looking for the outfits. Thank you for knowing what I'm looking for. Where are they? They're not, like, obvious. I wasn't looking for the music stuff, but, like, I downloaded the, thing that gives people, like, the NieR Automata outfits and stuff. I assume it would be... You know what? I haven't fist bumped Vice in a bit. The outfits are also from this? Ew, gross. If I can't flip them on the fly, then it's not worth it. Okay, let's do the DLC.
The diary again?
Yeah. Lately, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
The world of the recycled vessel.
Time for Dad again. Y'all ready to go? Dad time. Can't even really see him. I wanna like look at his face. Let me just like slide the camera up here. Not bad. Moving on. Yes. What are you asking Devil about booze for? Whoa. This is the world of a recycled vessel created to avoid the destruction of all. Yo, what's up with this music? It slaps. Bats. Oh. What on earth is... This is the, Shadow Lord area where the floor was. Yo, this music freaking slaps. So like DJ Emil. How far down does this go? I guess all the way, probably. What is... Ooh, is that a boss? What is the best greatsword? Oh, we got rock music? Let me get rid of the bats first. The DLC one when upgraded. Okay, just because I figure if I'm going to use a greatsword, I might as well make sure I get a good one. Freaking rock music, though. This ain't different. Oh, he's dead. Okay, bye. I just want to sit on this and listen to this music for a minute. This is very different from the normal music in the game. Cool. Moving on, I guess. A black scroll, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. What? Oh god, we're getting more freaking blown out colors. Speaking of DLC, I picked up the DLC for Automata. God, I can't freaking see anything. I've only just realized we're outside of Emil's Manor. Like, I didn't process where we were because of the colors. Ooh. Okay. Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion, those who plunged the world into darkness. I mean, there's your very obvious Drakengard links, I guess. Music continues to slap. That was the wrong item. Oh. More healing than I wanted, but I'll take it. I don't actually know, because I haven't played Drakengard, and my resident Drakengard expert isn't here right now. I think they are. Because it's the Legion of the Watchers, right? Or the Legion something different from the Watchers? God, I hope that, like, this doing well, because I'm pretty sure this is being very well received, for the most part, means that we could get a Drakengard remake. Because, like, the OG Drakengard, like Drakengard 1, is so freaking expensive. Because nobody's freaking selling it. And I know 3 is the one you should do because it's a prequel, but like, I want to do all of them. I have so much trouble finding them. A dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering unto it the power of magic. Music continues to slap verily. It doth slap. Oh, it's you! Hi! Can't really see you, but I know you're there. Oh wait, no, you're just a regular dude. Never mind. Okay, stop doing that, please. You're interrupting my cast. The black sickness stains the future. They journey to return to soulless vessels. Where the hecky is this? Oh, okay. We're in the Baron Temple. It was very much like, where have we ended up? And then I saw this little rock. Okay, never mind. It's not the Baron Temple. It's new. What? Okay, I mean, it is the Baron Temple, but, like, it's something new compiled with the assets from the Baron Temple, which, you know, is cool. On. Can't go through the door as I expected. This is neat. This is cool. Ow. Just like damn it. I almost made it. Ah, crap. Now I'm doing worse. No! That's like air dash, I guess. There we go. Cool! Okay, this music is really good though. Last time? Woo! Not fair! What? 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 I didn't even get to see what it was! Wait! Hold on. Bastard! Y'all wanna chill for 2 seconds, dog? Yeesh. That was exciting. In the cookie outfit. That's a lot of crap I've just been given. And now we've got a new door. And now it's a hat. I just want to try and use one of these for a bit. I think the Phoenix Sword's the heaviest hitting one I have right now. I feel like I need to try for a little bit. Again. I'd probably be disappointed. Again. Number 2, let's go. Oh my god, hold on, that one was so cute! That was so cute! The apocalypse divided the world in two. One that knows not day and one which has never seen the night. Okay. Ow! Blade-wielding top. Okay, freaking fine! Magic only. No jumping. Okay, he's dead. Black and white, 13 pacts. The vessel's forms waver as they cross time and space. Junk heap time. Boy. Wow. Remix junk heap? I don't know how I feel about how slow this is. Can't go that way. I have to like gap closer to it. You are not immune to junk heap. More junk heap. Big room. Yeah, okay, I don't... I'm just really, like, focused on the fast attack speed. I think I'm gonna switch back. I don't like it. It's slow. It's bad. Slow bad. Fast poke. Good. Bonk. How much health I'm losing. Ugh. I can't even go this way. Yeah. Yo, titanium alloy. Hot damn. Wait a second. This one doesn't open. No, we're not going that way. We're going this way. Extra door, baby. Oh, it's locked. Never mind. Not this one. This one opens.
It seems we have been shut in.
Ah, well, that's fine.
seems we have been shut in.
Cat jam. Cat jam emote. Yeah. That cat jam rolling. The music is really good. I don't even want to talk. I'm having a great time. Woo, even though things are hitting hard. I actually gotta dodge more. Alright.
It seems we have been shut in.
How about I just like do this? Wish I could like, is there like a in-air gap closing thing that I am not aware of? I'm a big fan of the fact that I can, like, the amount of forward movement in your auto attack means that I can just kind of point in the direction of an enemy and mash attacks, and eventually I will hit them. With a greatsword, you kind of stop. It's the forward motion. The song of man has been drowned out. In its place, the scream of something inhuman. Oh hey, we're here! Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Can't help but acknowledge the song mention again. That it? Oh, we got flying dudes. Woo, that's a lot of flying dudes. Sky falls with the dragon. The world ends this day. Where the? Where is this? This is definitely new. I mean, it's not like new, but it's like using the... Okay, it's outside of the Shadow Lord's castle, because that's the area with the doves right there. There's a basketball court! My name's Trey, I got a basketball game tomorrow! Ow! Wow, what a jerk. Here. And stay down. Woo! I always forget that that knocks back. Wait, what? What attack was that? Hold on. How did I do that? I've never done that move before. I am doing maneuvers that I have never done before. Okay, that looks cool, but there was like a front flip thing that I've never done before, and I don't know how I did it. And now I will never know how I freaking did it. Please die. Please stay dead. Are we done? Is there more? There's more. Of course there's more. Pop, 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 pop. Oh. Hey, bada, 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 swing. Right there. Oh, come on. Get him. Bonk. Woo. What? Were you about to say son of a bitch? Don't swear. My Christian Minecraft server. Watch your language. Only Kaine's allowed to swear. Not you. That's bad. I dodged that. I dodged that. User. Not supposed to be this tanky, but they are. Like, hot damn. Phew. What's the levels for these? Ugh, okay, we're done with this one. So if I, like, leave, like, go out and come back in, will the doors still be maintained, or do I have to go into the third one? The puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. Facade? What? Where? Yo, is this a rail shooter? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so bad at rail shooters, especially with controllers. I'm not talking about, like, level-wise per se, but I mean more like, if I can get into the third one and I die in the third one, like, should I go out and save first? Like, is it permanently unlocked, or do I have to go through 1 and 2 every time if I want to get to 3? Can I, like, leave and come back in? It'll be permanent. Okay. Oh, hi. Oh no, not the boar! No, not the boar! I didn't mean to, it was auto-targeting, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if it's auto-saving, actually. I assume it is. Hmm? Hi! I got it. Oh. Yes? 1 second, please. I have received nuggies. Thank you, auto-target. The auto-target on release is really nice. Are we done? That was fun. I like that one. Obtained the samurai outfit. Yay. That's a lot of crap. It definitely saved. I saw it save. The third and final door. Level 33? Let me go save and pick up some more healing items. And I'm down. I'm only 2 levels below. I could totally do it, but I am gonna go and actually get more healing items. Because I used a lot in that one section.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've...
I know what you mean.
Hmm. Okay. Health salve, no. Because I accidentally used the health salves when I mean to use the 30%. Just want to be well equipped, you know? Plan ahead.
I worked it out.
Cool.
Shop here, Mora.
Goodbye. I always forget about the consumables. Like the buff consumables. Eh. Let me back in, coach.
The diary,
Yeah.
the world.
Hacker voice, let me in. Let's go. I'm seeing, like, these are all new, thingies. So long as this memory exists, so long as mankind has hope, a bloody battle will be waged over the holy domain of the body. But what the hell is this? Sea frog? Cool. Hold on, I wanna look. Cool! Oh, this is super neat. Okay, moving on. Can't break box? Can't break box. Oh! Where'd you come from, little guy? I didn't even see you. I kind of like don't really worry about dodging trash things and just taking damage from them, so... Poke. Not poke the boxes. What if there's something in them? There! That was that move again! Must have been some kind of evasive thing. Yeah! Get him! Dodging wasn't. I'm pressing buttons now. I'm trying to figure out combos that I haven't seen before. Come on, pop, pop, boop, boop. 30%. That. Yeah. Pop. Single medicinal herb. Okay. Get out of here. Some more metal music. Okay, respect the content. Respect the content. I dodged that. Get out of here. Hot and diggity dance. Content respecting hours over here. Wow! Spent all that time charging up and you canceled my cast. What a jerk. Oh. Oh, is this a remix? Oh, it's a remix of the thing from when you were fighting, Shade disrespecting hours. Get out of here. Foolish human, foolish human, foolish human, foolish vessel. Boars. Yes. Ugh. Oh, there's shades in here too, okay. I was in the middle of a dodge for that. Excuse me. Oh god. No, still giving me healing things in here. Mid-dodge! Mid-dodge! Stop that. I wasn't even in the middle of that! Get out of here! No shade, let's go. Woo. Heal if they're gonna give me all these healing items. This feels like a farm room to like charge up before the boss. All is paid, all is sacrifice. Oh, okay. Go in. I can't go. Good resources in here. Oh. Ooh, hi! Oh no! Ugh, the baseball players. We can dodge. Ooh. I'm very, like, when I get nervous, I dodge, so there's a lot of, like, shoo. Oh, wow, titanium alloy, okay. Okay, it's like a little, like, playroom.
It seems we have been shut in.
Oh no, we've been shut into a weirdly angled room. Whatever will we do? Bop, 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 bop. I'm just gonna let the autofocus do its thing and cry. Don't look at the edges too much with the emotions. Why is it like sometimes zooming out and sometimes zooming in? I'm used to it. I'm used to camera control being taken away from me, but also like the zoom? Hello? Is that everything? Everything. Okay. There was a save point here before. I can barely see them, it's so dark. I'm just like, why not? Why shouldn't I? Freaking go for it, I guess. Okay. We're gonna fight something in here? Wouldn't mind.
It seems we have been shut in.
Why am I not surprised? I ain't got the bonk, but I'll give him the pew! Pew! I do actually have the bonk, I just don't like the bonk. That's fair. Woo! And stay down. This almost sounds like the voice distortion on Sunrise in Final Fantasy. The blazing scarlet fire with it. It's like right there. So is this spear better than the Phoenix Spear, or no? Do not bring back the light, do not bring back the vessel, do not bring back the future, do not bring it back. Okay. Obviously. Okay. okay? Hot damn. Bop bop. Who's batting now? Get wrecked. This is just making me like get half decent at actually doing combos and not just mashing buttons repeatedly. Granted, it may not look like I'm doing anything, but it's because I'm playing... basically, if it wasn't freaking obvious. I do the same thing with Vice that I do with Pod, aka just mash this constantly. Not always. Sometimes I do. Oh hey, you guys having fun? Let me just do a little bit of this. You. No, I wanna. Here. Boss time? Woo! Crunchy! Did I die or did you die? I died. God damn it. That's what I get. I tried to freaking, I tried to charge an attack. I should have just kept dodging. I don't think it died. I think that was me. We'll find out. Pretty sure that was me. Yep.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I
know what
Damn
you
it.
mean.
Put me back in.
The
Coach.
diary again?
Yeah.
The world...
It doesn't game over you, at least. Back in. Be a little more aggressive, shall we? No damage. Let's go. I'm actually focused now. Boar time. Actually, the boars are gonna kick my ass. Will not be able to do no damage boars. Because I have zero awareness of whether or not a boar is charging at me. And they apparently hit me through my iframes. My dodge frames. There are no iframes. It's just dodging. Situations where it's like there's so many healing items, why not use some? Wow. Do not like this, dude. Freaking. Yeah, that's totally aimed like Ori when you're, not locked onto something. That's so fun. It would appear when it's not in. Let's go. I was gonna say, I'm missing like a crumb of HP. Huh? What? What are we targeting? Camera's spinning.
seems we have been shut in.
Ah! I wasn't hallucinating. I do not actually have camera control in this section. I cannot spin my camera. Even, okay, when I'm not locked on to something. It's just, when I'm locked on, it's like, hey, kid, you wanna buy some beans? And no. Eh. You gonna shoot? You're just gonna keep charging. There we go. Took you long enough. Give me the boss. Come on. No boss? Okay. About that, huh? Yeah. No armor for you. Break! Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop that. Where'd the boss at? Oh, no boss. Just me. Get him. Whew. We shall indeed respect the content when the boss shows up. We're not at the boss yet, so I'm being extremely disrespectful. What does Spirit Drop actually do? Ooh. You are correct. It was more just that I was stuck under its arms right when it was attacking and I couldn't really do anything about it. So if I just stay back a bit further, it should be fine. And I'll just do this, hell. I don't care. Whoop. Bonk. I bonk. I pretty much have like no... Ooh! Tapping R1 does more damage. Woo! Nice try. Get out, get out, get out. I'm afraid. I'm just afraid every time he does a slappy slap that I'm gonna get stuck in something. Try this again. I'm respecting content. Please not again. Okay, he's dead. Here. Every beam of light is an invitation to death. Oh god, how many of these are there? Okay, we're back to being cautious again. Content respecting ours. Like that. What do I do? Where do I go? Where am I? Be better. Am I like... Am I supposed to drop down? I assume so. Yes. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Doodads off to the sides too. Jeez. So, speaking of Emil's theme, since that's what's playing right now, I don't know if I said this yet, but I did a no gobstone run of the Tower Paradigm's Breach in Final Fantasy. One alliance was all tanks, one was all healers, and one was all DPS. It was extremely fun. Also, the first boss took us 20 to 25 minutes. So I spent a lot of time listening to this song since the, well, not this version of the song, but you know. Woo! Pelish. First boss is Knave of Hearts, yes. It took us like 25 minutes for the one boss. Like each boss basically took us 20 minutes. It was extremely silly. It was also really funny because the DPS one didn't have any, like, proper mitigation or, like, healing. So whenever, like, a AoE would go out, the entire DPS alliance would just keel over dead. And the tank busters were assigned to, like, one person per alliance. Is he dead or did he just fall off? I hope he's dead. This is a cool area. I like this a lot, actually. Oh, we're like below. That's the main area up there, right? Cool. Jump down? Yes. Where go? Oh. Ooh, it auto-target. 3 targets if one dies. I can probably go over there if I like really faster than trying to. I'm really nervous about going off the edge of the platform though. Fellow freaking Dementor looking. We're not dealing with you right now, we're dealing with this little nugget. Come on. Stop your magic shield, I dare you. Yeah, thought so. Down here, I guess? Oh, large lab. You did not! Okay, I was gonna say, if that freaking counted as a kill, I was going to scream! Okay, we're taking out the flying jerk first. Because I don't want to deal with him while dealing with this guy. Woo! Is he dead? Perhaps. Ooh! Knocked me out of my thing. I'm down to using recovery potions, so I don't want to use them for, like, nothing. You stop blocking for 2 goddamn seconds? Have fun? I'm literally just gonna do this. Content respecting. By being disrespectful. I'm respecting that has the chance to kick my ass in half a second if I'm not careful. We're dead. I was dead. There's another one! I'm gonna scream. You're the one. I don't like you. Oh, it's dying relatively quickly just by doing this. Whoop. No, thank you. Just having a nice time. Die, please. Ah! I'm gonna freaking scream. This has to be the last one, right? They wouldn't chain all of these bosses together. I'm literally just gonna do this. How you doing? You having fun? Ooh, don't like that. Boop. Ow! Fine. No, not attacking. We're just doing this. This is fine. Just gonna use this just to be safe. If I get hit, I want to be full health. Ow! Case in point. He's dead. Are we good? Are we properly dead? No, there's another freaking dude. My goodness. What are... Is there two? Oh, God. What the hell are you? I don't even recognize your shape. What are you? Oh! You shoot fire. That's fun. I don't like that. Could I request that you stop? Perhaps. What are you aiming at over there? Okay, he's dying. His armor's almost gone. Oh, it's you! Okay, I know what you are. Why are we aiming over here? There's nothing there. Why is my auto-target doing that? How many thingies do I have? 5? Okay. It's gonna do this. Wop, wop, wop. Wop, wop. I'm just being very, very cautious since I'm very low on healing items and I don't want to do this all over again. And technically, I'm too low of a level to be in here, so... Stop it. Be gone! My hand hurts. Please. Oh, thank God. A dreaming vessel in a recycled world until the time of its awakening comes. Okay. Vacuum up the orbs. Oh, you know what? Good point. I never even thought of that. Ugh. I kind of forget that one exists, to be honest.
Is that all?
Ugh.
Huh?
Is that the final entry of the diary?
It seems that way.
Interesting.
You figure anything out?
I fear not.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
My hands hurt. I guess I can cross those 3 weapons off my list. I don't know if those are needed for the drop them. Which means the only one I'm missing is that one that I didn't pick up again when I went through the Shadow Lord's castle. Judging by the percentage, that appears to be the only one I'm missing. Let me just pick up the next little story beat here, since we've got a couple minutes.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
You know what I want to do? I want to look in the little trophy room and see anything different in here.
What is the purpose of this place?
Beats me. Maybe it's Popola's hobby corner.
I see. So it kind of maintained, it's like set back to how it was. That's fair. You realize why the little girl trophy isn't on the shelf?
Popola?
Oh, hello.
Look, I want to apologize for
Oh, that whole line is new. I see. Oh, that's fun. Cool. That explains a lot then.
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers, and I jumped down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Somehow.
Oh ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
A boat?
Yes. The canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected, what with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. Alright, I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything, be careful.
So if this does end up having the exact same story beats as it was in the first time around, then it's going to be really funny because we're going to see how long it actually takes. Because like I went really slow because I was doing every side quest, but now I don't have side quests to do. I can just go. I am free to gun it through the story.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat landing.
If I know what...
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
Considering what happened with, NieR Automata's second path, I am concerned because I know, like, this is gonna be fun. By fun, I mean, ha ha ha, I'm in danger. But we'll see. Look at that, we're like 1 second before 40 hours of gameplay. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be just like tearing around everywhere now going through this, so it'll be fun. Hi Azalea, it goes. In fact, we're not done with Root B because I went and did the DLC. But we're starting Root B! We're technically at the start. The DLC kicked my butt. I would have been done a little earlier, but I died. And on the third door and I had to restart. Ugh. Lots of reading, yes! Oh my god! Will I ever be free of reading? Probably not. Ugh. I am turning off the stream for now, though. Because it's been a little less than 5 hours, but I have Final Fantasy raids in an hour and I want to go get some food, so... I fixed the problem with my graphics card, not my graphics card, my capture card, so I will be able to start at the proper time tomorrow, and we're gonna actually do story and not side quests for once. Amazing, I know. But yeah, holy crap, I was very worried that it had broken somehow, so I'm glad that I was able to figure it out and still get some time in. Like, yay! But yes, okay. Stream goes off for now. Thank you for hanging out even though we were at a different time and later schedule than usual. I will see you guys tomorrow for more story stuff. Emil's cute and I love him. Go and go. Bye!